Here we are at the ruined tower. This is not my first take. I'm not a fan of this location. I don't think the ruined tower is a very elegant place, and I have a lot of issues with how it was designed. One of the issues I have is that you're on a time limit, and they keep throwing these at you, and yes, time keeps ticking while you try and solve them. It's quite obnoxious. Yes, thank you. I'm dying, so I want to get over it quite fast. God of windiness. God of farts. Let's say it's a god of ships. So we have a time limit. And of course, this great library that we found is actually very small, which is good because we've got a time limit. There's a lot of weird things about it. For example, we can bring the key from that girl over on the trading moon, and it opens this door. We have no reason to think that Mina's key would open this door, but we are told several times, just at random, that we happen to know that. But to make matters worse, it's not even like a step. It's not even like a gate. It's not something to keep you from being able to get in here, because when you use the key, nothing happens. It works, but the door is still locked. So that's a big waste of time, and you are on a limited time. You only have so much time before you die. So it's like, come on, seriously? And then you go inside. Of course, while you are in these interminable cutscenes, the time continues to tick away. So you can see this place was small even back when it was intact.
Should have reeked of ash and smoke. But no. Nothing.
So we couldn't open the front door.
These walls were dry bones.
Because it was blocked. The front door was too blocked for us to be able to open it. There was no way that after unlocking this front door, we would have been able to open it. Obviously, this front door is completely blocked, and there is no possible way that it could ever be opened. It's one of those things where you're like, oh, come on, seriously? And of course, you walk like you, I don't know, got stabbed in the leg the whole time. Now, the idea is that she's having a rough time breathing. And so she's walking around like she's dying, because essentially she is. But it makes this affair just miserable. So you're led here via metagame knowledge that shouldn't exist. And then you get here, and everything has been burned, and you're staggering around, and you're on a time limit. And time limits in a game where the whole point is that everything moves slowly. Everything just stacks up to make me annoyed with this. But the worst part about this is that this is a pass-fail situation. There are a couple of pass-fail situations in this game, and they're all quite obnoxious. I don't like having pass-fails in a game like this, because the whole point of this game is that you're supposed to be able to move through it without losing. And it's true, there's no loss conditions, but there are a lot of conditions for not actually getting the things you're supposed to get. Like, if you take the kid back to the kid that was on that theater world, if you take him back, you can accidentally drive him away before you get any information from him, before you take him to Tappy or any of that stuff. And it's like, that's a failure state. Sure, you can continue to win the game, but you didn't do it right. So it's a situation where it's like clearly you can lose any given scenario, and I wouldn't normally be against that, except for the fact that there's no condition to tell you what the win state is and what the lose state is. For example, in this particular library, you can win. I didn't win the first time, and I heard that you could win, and I was like, really? That's interesting. And so I went back and I tried it again, and I tried it and I tried it. I couldn't figure it out. I couldn't figure it out. It turns out that you win.
My lungs were burning.
By just wandering around over and over and over and over and over until the floor collapses. And even then, it doesn't tell you. It doesn't tell you that you've won
on the brink
until way
was an
after.
Enormous book on a curved metal stand.
Now, obviously, this is the book that we want. It's the book of Lost Futures, I believe, or Lost Pasts. It's a beautiful idea, just the last living book on this place. Now, if Mina's key had unlocked this book, that would have been cool. But it doesn't. Nothing unlocks this book. The book is chained to the stand, and we can't do anything about that. And of course, the first time I played this game, I wandered around quite a bit trying to get the book off the stand or figuring out a way to do it, and I eventually decided it couldn't be done, but it can be done. I'll show you how. No, I clicked on the desk. That's fine. Maybe I have to go upstairs and then come back downstairs. Let's find out. Trying to figure this out. That's probably true. Yet. Vault. Heavens? There's no heavens. There we are. No? Where's the of? Really? I mean, we can put path here, but there's like double X's. That's not going to end up being correct. Look at my health. Running out. No yets, huh? Are there? Fine. We'll just do it again. Boop. That must be an and if it's not a yet. And here's the than. For. What else do you want from me? Path with 2 X's? Okay. Yeah, I'm pretty clear that that's heavens because we already talked to the god and it's a name drop. We're going to go ahead and say 0 for that. Yes, there must have been another level up here, so let's go up, and then we'll turn around and come back down, and then we'll make the book collapse just by walking around at random. By the way, this is medically incorrect by a lot. Now, in truth, the time limit isn't a time limit. There we are. Magic. It will artificially decrease your health until a certain point, at which point it will just cause this to happen. But this is not something you get if you're on the ground floor trying to figure out what's next. So, really obnoxious, right? And there's no sign that you actually can retrieve the book during this sequence. The book's case is there, and you can see that it's been busted off. The book is not tethered to it anymore. So, where is the book? How can we get the book? Are we going to be able to pick up the book? So, if you're like me, then your only thought right now is, the book. The book, the book, the book, the book, the book, the book, the book. Robot, grab the book. It's the only thing that matters. And we're sitting here going, oh no, we're stuck up on this ledge, a whole 8 feet above a nice soft pile of sand. Can you imagine how tough it'll be to roll the 4 inches it will take to fall on that giant pile of sand? Gosh, this is definitely the most dangerous thing you've done. Plus, we can't breathe and our head doesn't work. So you would think that we'd be like, whatever, we're just going to do it. But we have to sit here and talk about it for like 15 minutes. And the whole time, I am thinking about the book. And this is the context engine thing. My context is the book. And the player character's context is I'm dying. And that's not really established. I haven't been drawn over to the I'm dying side because the book is fascinating and there's something important going on. And there, we can see the book. Look, no, just reach behind you and grab the book. It's right there. Oh, what a pain in the butt, right? Well, the secret is you magically have the book now. There are parts of this game where I do not agree with the design. And in this particular area, I can't tell whether I dislike it because I went in without any sort of interest, or because it was poorly set up due to having a timed sequence in a game where things move slowly without your control, or what. But when I got to this part, I thought that we didn't have the book, and I was like, come on. I'll ask the guys I know who actually got the book. How did you get the book? And they're like, I did the same thing you did, and it just was on the ship. So, let's find out. Did we get the book? Look, there it friggin' is. Hard to see, but there it is. So, the book contains, as far as I've heard, a lot of translation puzzles. The rest of this episode is going to be translation puzzles. So you can leave if you're not interested in that. It's not going to be anything terribly interesting. I'm just going to push through it. If you want to know, if you haven't played the game and don't know some of the backstory, maybe that'll be interesting. But we are going to basically just be doing word puzzles. Let's crack this baby open. Despite me not liking the library in which it was held, I certainly won't hold that against the book. Books are innocent of the librarian's misdeeds. I really want to play a game where you play librarians. Apparently, the people who did Cultist Sim are doing a librarian game. That'll be interesting. I've got some ideas for my own librarian-style games, but obviously I'm up to my neck in stuff, so I'll probably never get to make it. But if you make a librarian-style game, I'll probably play it. I'm pretty easy to please when it comes to that stuff. So this is the loop book, apparently. This is what came before. This is what's going to come. The whole reason that Renbo was wandering around is because he believes that Iox is the Empire and will fall. So, he believes in a quite literal looping, and this book seems to also believe that. And so does Miari. Miari also believes that. She's a lady back on Iox, and she believes it. I don't know where the game is going to go with this at this point. We haven't beaten the game yet. We're just getting started. So I can't say whether or not the game actually ends in a loop, not without beating it for you right in front of you. But I can say that if I was in this game, I would not believe in the concept of a loop because, oh, that's not the right symbols. Because there's no sign that there is actually any repeating. It's like the homeworld of Iox is not the same as it was back in the days of the Empire. So it's all squiggle. Everything in this book is true. So thematically, there is a challenge in creating this kind of book or creating this kind of game, because really, what sort of game are you going to be creating? Are you going to be able to stay on task? Because what you get out of a book out of a system like this is questions, and the answers need to reflect the story you're trying to tell. If this game is actually about the nature of loops versus not loops, then that needs to be the focus of the story, and it's not. Our character has nothing to do with loops or not loops. 6 has nothing to do with loops or not loops. Our boat doesn't seem to have too much to do with it. So this is brightest waters, beautiful light. Does not shine, cannot go dark. So we'll go ahead and say that either the water's light. Let's say the water's light. Water's light cannot go dark. Well, this is quite long. Basically, you have to keep me focused on the story you're telling, and that means making sure that all of the elements of the story hold together. They have the same themes and the same push. If they don't, then I won't be able to stay focused. This can't be right. There we are. Emperor banished robots, demanded, ruled robots below Earth. I'm going to say banished. Emperor banished, huh? Not the Empress. Even though we've got the Empress right behind us, and she banished the robots. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Maybe that understanding is flawed, or maybe the robots were banished by somebody else, or maybe it's just a gender-neutral language being translated into a gendered language. It's hard to tell. So here's the nebula. Here's the from. Here's the of. So this is many, and so this would be something like people. People of the nebula stay together, grew together from what? Something that's not back. Trees, plants, danger, seeds. I don't really know. It's probably seeds or plants, maybe trees. Let's say it. People of the nebula grew from seeds. It has to be. Here we go. Robots are full of calcium. Robots are gardeners with cold eyes, small eyes, sharp eyes. So this is a distance, and I think it's going to be cold, but it's hard to tell. Robots are gardeners with cold eyes. There is a your. Your hunter from the future. Him. Not a your, it's a him. Whatever. Do we have a people? We do have a people. It looks like a people purple eater to me. Do 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 do. Beep. Boop. Robots. De blah de blah. Bring is probably wrong, or I've got of. Let's take bring out for a second, put the of in. There we go. I was right. I'm so good at this kind of game. Sometimes. So here we've got the grew, but minus the thingy-mabob. So we'll go ahead and say grow. Robots grow people and cut or tend. This isn't they. It must be them. There. Bodies, eyes, children, goddess, it. Must be bodies. So robots grow people and tend their bodies. So if I had read this my first time through, I would have been presuming that this is an artificial universe where the people are basically in a zoo. Thank you for making a simple door very happy. Ooh, that's a long one. I don't know what you were talking about. Oh, look at all of these words. All right, well, let's put in some snakes. No, let's put in some serpents. Well, the serpent's eye, we know where that is. And the serpent's eye is where it all happens. And the serpent's eye is where the key is held. That can't be held. Trapped. Yeah, I would think it was wise if I didn't have the rest of the context. And the serpent's eye is where the key is. Oh, could it be something else? No, because nebula is in the place. Hold on. So, is where one nebula is held. That can't be one. It's way too big. I mean, freedom would make sense. Is where the Freedom Nebula is held? Or is wise? Or is trapped? We'll just go ahead and say trapped. And this can be key. No, is where one nebula. I don't know. See, there's no to or of here, so it's just like where the Freedom Nebula is trapped. What's a Freedom Nebula? But it makes sense if it's trapped in freedom. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll try it out. Wow, look at all those repeated syllables. If those are all named the same, if those are all said the same way, this is a funny sounding sentence. All right, so let's start to work out these syllables. Here's some sailing. Nope. Some snaking. Let's get some longer words here. There's a sight. Some serpents. Can we put in serpents? Again, it's serpents rather than snake. There's the eye again. There's some ships. There we are. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. But this can't be and. None of this can be working out. This is all garbage. Let's take the and away. Put the into in. And then put the and in. What am I missing? I mean, there's a does. That can't be right, though. Where is my... Oh, hold. There it is. No? Sail. There we are. It was sail. But I bet that and is wrong. Yeah, it's not and. My bad. I just didn't see sail for some reason. I was just like, oh, there's no such word. So I'm glad that... Apparently, if I hadn't made that mistake... Was but there before? I don't think it was. Come on, in you go. In you get. And hold. What am I missing? Into. Ships sail into the serpent's eye, but cannot hold. But hold their breath. Nothing holds. Evil holds. This is a not symbol. So I guess we'll say... Well, earth not flow. Must be walls. Yes, it's been a very long episode. If you're still here, then congratulations, you've left your autoplay on. I hope you've been enjoying the sound of my dulcet tones complaining. That's not right. So this is the book place. That would be the library. Library will give breath, linger, save, will save, will save, will. It makes more sense than any of the other options. This is another one of those cases where I think this would have been better if this had all been stacked up in kind of a way that makes sense for us to be able to grab stuff and move it around and go back and go forward and assemble it as an overall idea, rather than treating each individual piece separately, which is a little bit hard to keep track of. I doubt that that's people. Is that not robots? Back. No? Robots. Let's get rid of this, bring the robots in, bring it back in. No? What's going on here? That can't be many. Oh, it's just people. No, it can't be people. It might be, I guess. Yeah, thanks. No tie. Okay. So we'll put the back. No, wait. Put the ascend back. Here's some robots. This is not going to work. Oh, maybe it will? Oh, okay. So that's not ascend, it's something else. That's fine. So does it? Except for I don't know if mercy is correct. So something people. Why is she suddenly talking so much? Obey, feared, robots. No, not ascend, but return. Okay. So, no people or one people? Or once people? Yeah, so this is either together or no. I presume it's together. That doesn't feel right. Together people feared the robot's return, or one people, or no people. We'll find out. Oh, look, I got some stuff I recognize. Alright, let's bring it in. Us. Will. Vault. Save. The vault will save us. So yeah, we gotta hunt down Heaven's Vault because we want to be saved from robots who are our friends. I have a feeling I got a couple of words wrong. No, I think the vault will save you, as in hitting Control S and making sure there's a backup copy. So we got a lot of stuff happening here. There's some join and some path and some waters and a random many squiggle. That doesn't seem like it's likely to be. There we are. So Great Path, Pilgrim's Path. That can't be Pilgrim's. Pilgrim's Path begins. Yeah, it must. Let's go ahead and say Pilgrim's Path begins where waters join. My guess is something very, very far away that's too far for us to reach. Maybe we'll go back to the Serpent's Eye and make all of the rivers go where we want them to go. Grind, grind, grind. Oh, look at that nice big fat word. I think I got it wrong. Yeah. You gonna cross out speaks? We're not gonna cross out as. Okay. Oh, you. We'll have to go back to it. Now my understanding is going to be even more fragmented, which is kind of what I like. I just wish there was like a list so that it would be really easy for me to go back and try and figure it out. Something drinks of the nebula. Go! Oh, that's not drinks. Okay, never mind. I thought you were just being terrible at being an interface, but I was in fact dragging the wrong thing. So that's a lot of like hash marks. Maybe that's their goddess. Past goddess. It might be seventh, but I don't think so. Seventh god. Seventh god would make sense. Drinks from the waters of the nebula. This is one of those things where if you're watching it and you've actually beaten the game before, you're probably like going, oh my god, this guy, he's getting everything wrong or he's doing things wrong. But you have to remember that this is something where I've never done this. This is new to me, and it's easy to get upset with the power of hindsight. But when you're Let's Playing something, it kind of shows you at your worst because you happen to see all of the details. People escaped from... That's not the past. Maybe it's 7. People... It must be escaped. I mean, this is all time-related shit. I'll go ahead and say 7th. But the 7th god, I guess, are giving us plenty of chances to fit that 7th back into position. Are you going to tell me I have to come back later? I'm pretty sure this is unfolding pretty much how they hoped it would, where I can only translate like half the book. The book has finished. Or beginned. Might be backwards. Well, we'll know for sure. If I get it wrong again, they'll probably correct me. Yeah, so maybe it's just started rather than stopped. Before was vault? Or the beginning was the vault? No, it doesn't, because you would have put the in if I'd gotten it right. Oh, jeez. Ships. Skies. Vaults. Never. I don't think this is going to work out. No, I don't know enough. Let's go ahead and let her rule something out. I'm just trying to get her to stop. Which of these many words is garbage? No act. Do I not get a chance? I don't get a chance. Okay. Well, there's some fire. There's some wind. Where's my water and my heart? Oh. But ship. See, I think that this isn't act. This is like act in the past tense or something. Acted. Let's take act out. Put down in. And yeah. Ship came down in fire. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. So, apparently Heaven's Vault was the beginning, and then the ship trying to do something with Heaven's Vault crashed. Boom. Of course, we just had Renba crash in fire, so maybe there is a loop, and Renba is part of this. But who can say? This is garbage. Rock. What kind of rock? A rock lobster. Again, this is like a word. I can't split them apart. It doesn't make sense. But I don't have any of the necessary elements to actually fill this in. Yeah, no kidding. Are you going to tell me I don't get a chance? Jeez. There are so many lines in this book. I think the problem is that this book is actually hard-coded, and it's up to random luck as to which words you see over the course of your game to this point. I should have seen a lot more words than the average person because I spent a lot of time wandering the depths of space looking at words. But I still sure didn't learn enough. So what does it say here? The heart of the ship was broken because it went down in fire. But we're not getting the thes added in, so I have a feeling that this isn't actually true. Again with these ultra-long phrases. I have a feeling that I'm supposed to have most of these words already, but I don't. I don't have any of these words. Do people come here much later than I did? Because it doesn't seem like there's very much later that they could come. Interesting. There sure are a lot of options here. Sorry, I just bumped the mic. Of course, if you're still here, I think your tolerance for that sort of thing is probably pretty high. What am I still missing from? Was. Is there a was that I screwed up with? There is a was. English is great, isn't it? Rest? Was this rest? No. Was this rest? Yes, it was. But there's like stuff in the way. Interesting, interesting. We're gonna get screwed up again. There's not enough stuff down here that actually fits what I'm trying to accomplish. Is all I can do really fill it up with garbage and hope that she cancels something without actually canceling the whole affair? I mean, I could switch out the there for something else, but that would just chop this one little unit off. It's not going to make any difference. Is there a towards that I missed? No. Why would it give me a... Oh, I could make this... So, I could change it from there to... Oh, maybe I can't. I guess I can... Oh, there. There is a word. I know that this isn't you, because there's a symbol in front of it, but I need to fill this up so that I can get some commentary about how I'm an idiot. Come on. Obviously this is wrong. Tell me. Oh. Okay, so hold on. What did I just fill up that was garbage? Oh, that's garbage. Garbage. Well, that acts probably is correct. Oh, come on. Seriously? Look at how much I've got figured out. Is it... One of these two words is incorrect. Or both. Oh, By the way, the reason I keep taking words out and putting words in is because if you get the right combination, it will tell you. But it looks like there's just too many options. I don't know which of these is still wrong. I could pull out dream and put in star. But that's not any more right, so I don't think it's actually going to help. What am I missing here? I can't even see any more garbage to fill in. Am I terrible at this? Is there an of floating around here somewhere? There is an act. And I guess I can stick in the totally obviously incorrect you. What are we looking at? Why is this not triggering? I swear that I already know this word, but there sure isn't anything... Oh, it's similar to dream, but you can see how there's no concat. The middle, the two little dots aren't there. So this is dream, and this is the same thing, but without the connection between them. Problem is, I don't have the other half of that word, and it doesn't appear that I will have any luck in getting her to trigger a stop here. There are a whole bunch of doeses. Let's go ahead and see what she crosses off. Yeah, no shit. No you. You gonna tell me I can't do it? Yeah. I wonder if there's like a meter, like an exhaustion meter, where she stops trying because we've been going on for so long. Or whether it's strictly based on whether you know enough words to actually fill it in. Let's see what we can do here. We do not have some bring. That is not the word I thought it was. Got some love. We can't bring anything but love. That's not right. Yeah, I've been confident about they since the beginning. They do not flow. So they wait. They wait as gods bring the heart together. Interesting. Clearly I missed a lot of this story. Strength. Come on. Strength together. Loves or hearts. It's hearts. The seventh god will bring hearts together. Didn't we escape the seventh god? Did the story change while I wasn't looking? Wow, that is seventh? Their number system is off the charts. Shibidi-pop-pop, bim-bum, zibidi-pop-pop. Yeah, you could say it's several words. You could also say it's like 500 words. Let's go ahead and put in some that are hard to mistake for anything else. That's no good. Heart. Really? I don't think that's heart. I think that's something else. When heart, okay, so that's actually true. When heart is complete sweep, sail never looking sail. Clearly this is not quite ready. There we are. We will sail never, presumably it's something like never looking back. I don't believe this never. I think that never is not a never. I think that never is a didn't or don't or something like that. I don't like that. Well, let's see what she has to say. What? Oh, there's still like a random word back here. There's something wrong with this. That's a concat. There shouldn't be a concat there. Well, let's see what she has to say. Yeah, no kidding. What don't we have? No completes. I knew that region was wrong. Let's go ahead and try it again. Woohoo! Our sail. I don't think that's sail, though. I think that's something else. So take it off until we're ready to put it in. There's some will. There's some we. There's some... This is not never. It's something else. There's some when. There's some loves. This is wrong because it's heart. When heart is somethinged, that's not never. There's something I'm doing wrong. I guess I can just put these in, even though I know they're not correct, and see what they have to say about them. The problem is there's a lot of different options as to how this could unfold, since I don't know what words I don't know. But I believe that this can't be never. And this can't be this either. There's got to be more to it. Alright, well, we'll put the never back in, and she'll tell us that we're idiots. What? Well, there's an acts. So let's take that never back out and put in an acts. You gonna tell us that we don't know enough to fix this? Yeah, obviously there's no acts. Yeah, why are you getting rid of the useless little words? I guess it's better than getting rid of the bigger ones. There we are. So we're going to go ahead and start to drop in the stuff that we can drop in, like an of and a heart. I really wish it would let us choose which words to take out of the stack, but I guess they probably tested that and found that it made it really hard, since people wouldn't give up on something that they thought they knew. There's a will. There's probably... will sail. Isn't that all I'm confident of? There we are. Good. Figured it out. When heart is... that's a not. I guess calm. When heart is calm, we will sail to the end of our journey. Whew. This is like an hour long, and I haven't even finished yet, but I don't want an episode that is just this, so I figure I'll stick it all at the end of this episode. I could always do it off screen, but I don't want people to miss my thought process here, because I know that everybody's desperately interested in knowing it. So here we've got some kind of our new home. We'll go with Bilbo off with our boats with black sails. They have some strange color sail. Whoop. Yeah. So let's go ahead and grab that butt. And then we'll come to... Ooh. Alright, what do we got over here? Some hearts. And some intos. Yeah, there we are. And then we got some unnevers. No? What's going on? Oh, there's an is. I'm just an idiot. Yeah, maybe that but is wrong, or maybe that into is wrong. Yeah. Which one isn't it? There's no intos. Yeah, that's fine. So, but ceases. The but ceases. That can't be right. Is that right? That's not right. Heart is we wait contently. There we are. But until the heart is calm, we wait. Who is we? Is we humans or is we robots? Or is we something else? Oh my god, it's still going. When I transited that the book was ended, I was radically over optimistic. We sail the rivers of a broken heart. I think I missed too much of the story to actually know what the hell this is all about. I wish it would fill in some of them automatically that are just like really obvious, but whatever. Boom, 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 boom. Boom, 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 boom. We make our homes on the moons of the nebula. Yeah, that sounds good. That. There we are. We find our homes, something like that. Make. There's a nice fat and easy pickings. And of course there is a we right up front. And then there is some for juice and some of these listen juices. We got some sevenths and some weights and some more we's. And there's a god. That doesn't seem right. Well. What are you going to cross off for me? God? You can cross off gods? Or is that correct? There's just a random dot in the middle of the sentence? Oh, okay, so interesting. That's clearly the gods. And that could be voice. That would make sense. We wait and we listen for the seventh god's voice. So there definitely are 7 gods, and Tappy was a big fat liar when he told us he had no idea whether he ever said that. I wonder whether or not Tappy knows more than he's letting on. Oh, jeez. Okay, I'm going to have to stop the episode here, and we'll come right back.